Happy New Year, dear chess friends. My best wishes to all of you. Hope this year will be one of the best for all of you. And today I want to show some examples about stalemate. Today's first part of stalemate topic. And I want to start from this position. Here, white to play, but white's rook is and the queen. This is a problem. And how to play for white. If white would play for example, rook a to b5, black queen checks from a6 square, and the white is losing his rook and losing the game. If white would play rook a7, the black queen moves to d5, e4 on this diagonal to n square, and the white will be in zugzwang, and they will checkmate on next move. But white has only defense. White is sacrificing his rook, king and the queen must take, and now white is sacrificing his second rook. And now no difference. King takes or queen takes, anyway stalemate. The position in which one of the sides has no possibility to move while the king is now under check is called stalemate. As the game is considered like draw. So now I want to show my game. I still remember this situation. Almost 40 years ago, this game was played in Turkmenistan Junior Championship in 1986. In 1985, 1 year before, I shared first and the second place with Hanjar Odeyev, his grandmaster now. And in 1986, after 7 rounds, having 6 points, I was on clear second place. And what happened in this game? I am black. My opponent was not so strong, a weak player, but I outplayed him, and now I have extra bishop and 2 extra pawns. Absolutely winning position. I played knight g4, blocking the rook, and now I have this threat. If, for example, white queen b5, queen h4 check, if knight h3, exploiting the pin, I am checkmating the white's king. But at this moment, as they say correctly, if no strength there, where there is no strength, deception, cunning, the fraud begins. My opponent at this moment, captured, I played knight g4. At this moment, my opponent extending his hands loudly, he's pronouncing, I lost. And the suddenly he's capturing my pawn on g6. And now, having 30 minutes for next six moves, time control was 2 hours for 40 moves. Without thinking even 1 second, I captured this pawn or this queen with pawn. And after rook f8 check, I understood what mistake I made. Now I cannot escape from these checks. And if I am taking, it will stalemate. Finally, it happened. I captured, and now the white knight is pinned by queen, pawn on g2 pinned by bishop, and the h4 pawn is blocked by more pawn. So But when he captured on g6, if I would think 2 seconds, I would understand the difference between bishop takes g6 and the pawn takes. If I would capture this bishop with bishop, I would win this position in blind chess against any player, having extra queen, extra bishop, and the extra pawn. So my advice to children and the young players, don't trust to your opponent. Actually, not in the during of the game. In during of tournament, no need to talk. Talk after tournament, after finishing. So don't trust to your opponent. Respect him as person, as chess player, but don't trust him. It was good lesson for me for all my life. And losing half point or 1 point is no problem. You will win next game or maybe games. This is no problem. But very important negative of this moment to next rounds. After this game, in next 4 rounds, I drew 3, I lost 1. So finally, I shared just 4th place. So don't trust your opponent. Or famous grandmaster or vice world champion of the 2002, and he was world rapid and bliss champions. Vasily Ivanchuk was once asked what his relationship is like with his opponents, and what he replied. What kind of relationship can you have with someone who wants to take point from you? I agree with Vasily Ivanchuk. Good reply. So never trust your opponent. And now I want to show 2 famous positions from chess history. This is from Petersburg, 1902. Bartolci is white and Atkin is black. It's white's turn. Black is threatening to checkmate in 1 move. A takes b3 or queen takes b3 checkmate. But white stands, so white plays queen f6 check, king g8, and now decoying sacrifice. White should sacrifice his queen exactly on g7 square. Why? Because after king takes g7, pushing pawn to a6, and here opponent was agreed to draw. Because after king takes f10, it's stalemate. So white knight is pinned by queen. King cannot move to first rank because rook is guarding only 1 square. All pawns are blocked. Another very beautiful example, Troitsky is white and the fourth is black, 1896. So many pieces at chessboard, and the black is threatening to checkmate in 1, and there it seems that there is no defense. But what finds very beautiful escape, rook takes d8 check, king takes it, and now sacrificing queen exactly on d1 square. Must take. And now the bishop is pinned, and the white has no moves. Knight is pinned, all 5 pawns blocked, 4 pawns are blocked, and the f2 pawn is pinned by e6 bishop. Draw. This game was played in Budapest in 1951. So black in trouble because white is threatening to checkmate queen takes a7 or rook takes a7. If black would play rook to f8, then rook f7, white wins. But black has this magic escape, stalemate. Black plays rook b1 check, king h2, and now black sacrificing all 3 pieces. check, rook h1 must take. Now knight 4 must take. Otherwise, knight will take the queen, and even black wins. After f takes g3, queen takes c2, king takes c2, and a stalemate. And this game was played in France, in Cup tournament with white played Grandmaster Josef Dorfman and with black Alexander Anishuk. White played rook a6 check, king moves to g7, rook a7 check. And now Alexander Anishuk made decisive mistake. He escaped to g8 and his pawn ending is winning for black because having opposition, white wins and the black resigned. But after rook a6 check, king g7, rook a7, black had this move. King comes to f6 and this position draw because if rook takes h7, this stalemate. So DHS fans, hope my lesson made good impression on you, and please don't forget to subscribe to our website. See you in next lessons.